Hi, Nancy. What happened?
I found Maya!
You found her? Oh, that's great. Where is she now?
By the time I got through that door, the room was empty.
Are you sure you didn't just imagine you saw her?
I'm sure she was there and now she's gone. Don't tell me you think I'm crazy too.
But what do you mean gone? She left?
Well, she didn't just get up and walk away. Her legs were tied.
The kidnapper must have moved her.
Right, and they must have been in a hurry because they left a mess behind, including one of Maya's shoes.
Evidence. That should interest the police. Have you called them?
Yeah, they said they'll come check it out, but they may not be able to get here for a while.
I'll wait up for the police. You get some rest, Nancy. You're gonna need it for tomorrow.
Thanks, Joseph. I am exhausted.
Can you believe this ransom demand coming out of thin air?
Did they get any information on the call?
Apparently, the call came from north of here, a town called Granite City. Personally, I think it's a hoax, but now the police are convinced that Maya's not in this building.
But what about the evidence I found?
Are you sure the pizza boxes were in that magician's room? Because the police couldn't find anything.
That's impossible. Are you sure they looked in the magician's room?
They searched the whole building.
How could they miss 2 big pizza boxes with leftover pizza inside? What about Maya's shoe?
No trace of that either.
Even without the evidence, that corner of the room had obviously been lived in recently.
Follow your gut, Nancy. If you think Maya's still here, you keep looking for her, you hear?
I got another threat from the kidnapper. That creepy voice came on the PA and told me to stop searching for Maya.
The projection room? But who? Someone must have ducked out of the press conference. I was so busy with crowd control, I didn't even notice.
Joseph, I did some checking. You don't really have any family in Greasewood, do you?
Now, what you want to go digging into an old man's life for, Nancy?
Sorry, Joseph, but if you're not going to Greasewood, I have to think maybe you're feeling a little desperate these days. Desperate enough to kidnap someone? You tell me.
Now. I am going to Greasewood, and I'm not desperate. I made up the part about my brother so you wouldn't feel sorry for me. You've got enough to worry about, don't you?
It's only a matter of hours until the demolition. How are you holding up, Joseph?
Oh, fine. Everything's great. Fine. I was up till the wee hours polishing up the lobby. Heck, I'm even fixing to repair the old keymaker so you can give it a whirl. Guess old habits die hard, eh?
Gotta go now.
Bye.
Hola!
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
How's progress? I know you sent the funeral wreath. Now where's Maya?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sugar. Listen, the pressure must really be getting to you. I know a top-notch aromatherapist in town, okay? I'll give you her number.
I'm not stressed out. I'm livid. I went through your stuff and I know what you did.
You broke into my personal property? I could have you arrested for that.
It's just business, Simone. You do what agents do. I do what detectives do. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
All right, I sent the stupid wreath, but I'm no kidnapper. I needed something for the cameras, didn't I? And it was a very tasteful arrangement. Should have been for $300. Perhaps I went a little overboard.
A little overboard? You're dreaming if you think that's enough to get you off my suspect list.
How's progress?
Have you heard about this ransom demand?
50 grand, what a joke. Isn't it just like a rank amateur to jump on the bandwagon? Anyone with a pinch of class would have demanded at least $1 million.
Brady seems uncomfortable with some of your, tactics.
Oh, he's just whining because I made him chop off his ponytail. I don't know what's gotten into him with this free will thing. I told him, you can't even dress yourself, kid, but if you want your blockbuster career to crash and burn, go ahead, manage yourself.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Love ya.
What are you doing hanging out with that Falcone jerk?
I'm not hanging out with him, Brady. I'm conducting a search here, and I'll take any tip I can get.
That guy's bad news, and he's certainly not going to help your credibility with the police.
Don't worry. I don't trust him any more than I trust you, or anyone else around here for that matter.
Just trying to help.
Talk to you later, Brady.
Cool beans.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, Ramsey here.
Sergeant Ramsey, what's going on?
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, but I'm very upset. This is Nancy Drew. What do you mean there was no evidence?
I don't know what to tell you, Miss Drew.
You searched the magician's room under the stage? Did Joseph Hughes show you where it was?
He showed us all right. We searched the whole theater, but our efforts were totally inconclusive. Wherever your friend is, she's not in the theater.
She's in the theater. I know she is. The kidnapper wants the demolition stopped, so what better leverage than to hold her in the theater?
Actually, you might be interested to know that we've had about a half a dozen calls here since last night. People are reporting seeing Maya north of here. And then this ransom call came this morning from Granite City. You'll be glad to know we're following up on all these leads.
I don't believe it.
Miss Drew, I empathize. As a police officer, I know how emotional attachment to a case can cloud your judgment. Take it from me. It's time for you to let this one go and leave the case to the professionals. You're just not thinking clearly.
Sure, Sergeant Ramsey. Thanks for the advice.
Goodbye, dear.
Maya's notebook.
Hey, you.
Don't hey you me, Brady, you rotten fraud.
Huh? I'm afraid you've lost me.
You've been lying to me, playing Mr. Helpful and Concerned all this time. I found her notebook in your bag.
I haven't done anything wrong.
You have some nerve. I bet that notebook has your fingerprints all over it.
Okay, Nancy, here's the deal. My real name is Brady Thompson. Simone pushed for Armstrong, more wholesomely smoldering, she said.
Wholesome my foot.
I'm Wave of the Future, Inc., the owner of this theater, great nephew of JJ himself.
So why don't you stop the demolition?
The place is shabby. It needs major repairs. It's a money pit and a has-been. Not the image I want to project.
Is everything about image with you?
Never underestimate the power of image, Nancy. You are what you project.
So what's your point?
When people think of Brady Armstrong, they think sparkling white teeth and healthy glow. Success glows. It doesn't crumble and sag. The hero never rides a has-been horse.
Then why don't you sell the theater to someone else?
When I saw these ritzy theme restaurants popping up all over the country, it hit me like pow. My first original idea. Brady Armstrong's Planet Tinseltown. Can't you see it on the marquee? Grand opening. The lights will say it all.
What does this have to do with Maya?
I've sworn to be the captain of my own destiny. Maya was going to expose me, muck up my name in this controversy. It would have been a dark cloud over the launch of Tinseltown.
And for that, she deserves to be kidnapped?
I didn't kidnap her. I found her notepad in the basement with the press pass. I just thought I'd hang on to it for a few days until the dust settles.
Now's your chance to do the right thing by calling off the demolition.
Sorry, Nancy. Look, you're not thinking clearly. It's obvious she's not in the building. We've searched everywhere.
She has to be in the building. I know she's here.
You're the only one who thinks she's here. There's no evidence.
There was evidence. I found a pizza box and one of her shoes.
Evidence that no one was able to verify. Who's to say you didn't imagine that stuff?
Joseph believes me.
He's a confused old codger.
Nicholas thinks she's in the building.
He's an outlaw, and he's using you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to rally a wrecking crew.
You can't do this.
Nancy, we could be golden! A package just came from that museum. We may have the goods to stop this demolition dead in its tracks. Check the ticket booth. Nancy, you've got to find out what's on that slide.
I'll talk to Joseph and see if he knows what the...
We can't wait for Joseph. He's probably roaming around saying goodbye to each and every doorknob. I heard they're about to start clearing out the building. You've got to hurry.
But the police are going to start clearing the building and...
I'll cover for you when the police come in. This is it, Nancy. Go!
Okay, officers, this is our final sweep. In a matter of minutes, this building will be nothing but a pile of rubble.
See anything, Dino?
All clear in here, Sarge.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on? Hello?
Another secret passageway. I should switch the power off.
Hey, Nancy, I've been looking for you.
Joseph, I thought you left the theater.
I've decided I need to get organized, Nancy. Tomorrow I'm really gonna straighten up in here.
I'd say death by wrecking ball and or felony kidnapping charges rank higher on your list of problems than office clutter at the moment, Joseph.
I think a fresh coat of paint would really cheer things up, don't you?
I know it's you, Joseph, but why? Were you trying to buy some time so the Historical Society could declare the theater a landmark or something?
Do you think the premiere will sell out?
Snap out of it. Just tell me where Maya is.
Don't tell him she's here, Nancy. I'll take her away and knock down the theater.
They're gonna knock it down anyway. Please, we don't have much time.
Don't tell him, Nancy.
I'm locked in. can't believe this. It's locked. It's locked. This one's useless. Come on, come on! Hang on, Maya. I'll get you out of there.
Three minutes till demolition.
Hang on,
Even
Maya.
Hercules
I'll get you
couldn't
out
pull
of there.
this off.
This is useless.
Not so fast, Detective.
Joseph, please let me past.
I can't let you do this, Nancy.
I'm warning you. I still got a trick or two up my sleeve.
We're going down in a blaze of glory.
Joseph, you can go down in a blaze of glory if you want, but Maya and I are not coming with you.
You've cracked your last case.
Joseph, this is far from over. Now step aside.
It's all over now.
We've still got time for a grand finale here, Joseph.
I never meant for it to turn out this way.
Ah! That light!
Look! The marquee! Stop the demolition!
Dear Bess, I still can hardly believe that Joseph, sweet old Joseph, was Maya's kidnapper. He says he planned to kidnap Brady with the idea that Simone could use her Hollywood connections to save the theater. But when Maya entered the dressing room, he panicked and grabbed her instead. Plan B was to stall the demolition long enough for the Historical Society to declare the building an official landmark. I guess he's been at the Royal Palladium for so long, he just couldn't imagine his life without it. But desperation aside, poor Joseph wasn't cut out for a life of crime, and pretty soon things were spinning out of his control. Simone's publicity stunts didn't help. At least he was courteous and kind to Maya through the whole thing. Her testimony should help him in court. The good news is that the Royal Palladium is still standing. Once he heard that Nicholas would inherit his grandmother Louisa's 50% of the theater, Brady decided he'd better find another site for Planet Tinseltown. In order to make amends for things, and because he needed some good publicity, Brady donated his half of the theater to the St. Louis Historical Society. Together with Haddett, they should have this place restored to its original glory in no time. Not such a happy ending for Simone, I'm afraid. She received an official reprimand from the National Press Corps for her stunt with the wreath. Still, knowing Simone, she'll be back at the top of her game in no time. So, here ends the longest 3 days of my life. The premiere of Vanishing Destiny is back on, But I think this detective is going to wait for it to come out on videotape. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy.